What's up YouTube, I'm back, and today I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda. Just a heads up, I do have a cold right now, so if my voice sounds weird, that's why. I don't really have anything else to say, and I hope you enjoy the video. The first thing I decided to do is head to the On system. It turns out that Kett decided to throw me a surprise birthday party. After escaping from them, we crash landed on a planet since our ship got damaged. It turns out this planet has sentient life. Once we land, I exit my ship and I immediately have everyone's gun pointed at me. I meet this lady, who says that she's going to take me to our leader. I tell her that time is of the essence, so we walk at a snail's pace. Along the way, I take out my Omni tool to play Clash Royale. This greatly upsets the guards and they force me to put it away. I talk to the leader of the Angarans and I tell him that I want to access the vault on the planet. It turns out, however, the only person who knows the location of the vault has been kidnapped. This purple guy then decides to join my crew, and we shake hands, I think. After making things more awkward than they have to be, I return to my ship where we have a team meeting. Jaw, aka the purple guy, then decides to give me his errand list. We head to the first planet. This is the Angaran homeworld. It would mean a lot if I were to bring y'all with me, so I don't. The planet also has space dinosaurs, which is pretty cool. After admiring the local fauna, I talk to this lady who tells me her scientists suck at their job and got stuck in a stasis field. Jaw then volunteers me to go help the scientists. So we head off to the vault. Along the way, I kill some hostile Angarans, as well as this animal that wasn't even trying to fight me. Once we get to the monolith, I find these robots who are minding their business. So, I do not disturb them at all and leave them be. I then find the scientists and I free them. They are very grateful.
I don't know who you are. Just stay back.
I head back to my ship and I FaceTime with the Angaran leader. He tells me he knows where the kidnapped scientist is, so I force myself onto the mission to rescue her. I then went and talked to Cora, who told me about something important to her. I told her I didn't care and had bigger priorities. And then in order to play with her emotions, I did exactly what she wanted me to do. We talked to this lady, who told us that the Asari Ark had been hunted by a group of elite Kett, aka the aliens we've been fighting. I knew this was a lie, since all the Kett that I've killed died quicker than my 3rd grade turtle, so I left in order to pursue other leads. I then went to this blue planet, where my pilots decided it would be a good idea to land on not solid ground. After traveling through the cold, we talked to this commander who gave me more tasks that were for someone below my pay grade. I then talked to this lookout who stated the obvious.
You are amazing.
Once that woman was done boosting my already inflated ego, I hopped in my car and killed some Kett having a picnic, and then shot all the Kett that I missed. Luckily, my car only received minor damages. The other lead I mentioned earlier was an Asari ship who drew the Kett off of the Asari Ark and current position was unknown. We found the ship's signal, but turned out it was a Star Wars Resistance fan, aka not real, so we kept on looking. We found some Angarans getting attacked. I can never say no to unnecessary violence, so I decided to help them out. Once I was finished there, these Angarans peer pressured me to drive my car in this non-stable ice. After I was done giving into peer pressure, I got tail whipped by this T-Rex and decided to play a harmless prank on the Kett. For my prank, I went to this research station and slaughtered everyone inside without remorse and without reason. We then found the Asari ship, where I decided to play my favorite game of committing vehicle manslaughter against the Kett. It turns out, the pilots of the Asari ship were even worse pilots than my pilots, and they decided it would be a good idea to let their ship get destroyed. Once Cora's dreams were crushed, I talked to this Angaran and crushed his dreams as well.
So, will you fight them? I know the location of the labor camp where they took my uncle.
I have to give this more thought.
But I thought you... They said you.
I then remembered I had nothing else to do, so I went and I freed that guy's family. It turns out they had a hard drive containing the unreleased Star Wars The Clone Wars arcs, fully animated and needed me to deliver it to someone. This was very serious, so I rushed over and I gave it to this lady. She wanted me to help her with something important, however I was very busy and didn't have enough time for that. I found this Remnant relic, and I decided to just randomly push a button. These robots were pretty upset since they were top 2 in Fortnite and I had just turned off their console. We were able to resolve this situation peacefully with absolutely zero violence. We then found some ruins. After lowering the property value, we found this lady torturing a defenseless cat. I left her to it because who was I to stop unnecessary violence? Once I was done with my tomfoolery, I went to go rescue the scientist. The cat had an impenetrable force field up, so we walked right in like it wasn't even there. Once inside, we fought through soldier after soldier, only stopping to drink G Fuel from our Among Us shaped cups. We then found a frosted window, so I put the defroster on and saw some cat performing a ritual with some Angarans. Jaw didn't like this, however I didn't care which was more important, so we went on our way. We then stumbled upon a room with hundreds of trapped Angarans. None of them were the scientists I was looking for, which means they were irrelevant and not worth saving. This Angaran then got injected with 2 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. Jaw didn't want us to hurt him, so we did and then some. He took it pretty well. Once Jaw was done doing his best America's Got Talent contestant impersonation, we chased this guy through the facility and then decided to talk to him instead of killing him. I was then given a tough choice. Do I blow up this prison and kill all the Kett inside as well as all the Angarans, or do I spare it and save hundreds of lives?
Our strength!
Sam, prepare to overload the EM shield, but wait for my go.
We fought our way through some Kett, but it turns out that our pilots had gone to Chick-fil-A while we were fighting our way through the prison, and now we had to wait. That was unacceptable. Their pay would go down from $10 an hour to $7.25 an hour. Once back on the ship, the scientist we rescued decided to act like she had a say in the matter and agreed to show us the vault on Aya. I then started thinking about the fragility of life, and of all the death and destruction I have caused. All the Angarans, all the Kett, all the ants in the anthill that I peed in 6th grade. In order to cope with these feelings, I decided to do my favorite activity of sending people under my command to pointless deaths. PB then told me about a surprise she had for me at her apartment. I got pretty nervous since the last time a girl said she had a surprise for me, it was a restraining order. It turns out it was just a killer robot, thank goodness. I then went to the vault on Aya. We found out that all the vaults in the Andromeda Galaxy have a central command point called Meridian. Whoever controlled this had unimaginable amounts of power, so I immediately started figuring out how to control it. That would have to wait, because I had an important meeting with the leaders of the Angaran resistance. In order to make this meeting more bearable, I decided to get absolutely hammered. At the meeting, they told me about an Angaran trader who was hiding at a place called Kandara Port. This place was the home to the worst of the worst in the Andromeda Galaxy, so we traveled there with no weapons and no armor. My first course of action was to go to the bar where this strange man offered me a drink. I had no idea what was in it, so I did the mature and responsible thing and accepted it. Once I was done drinking responsibly, I found out that Cora doesn't have the stupidest haircut in the galaxy. She wanted to know all my classified secrets, so I just told her exactly what she asked for. Once I was done giving out precious military secrets, I talked to the Angaran prisoner. He said he had an old iPad with the Kett flagship location, however he decided to play anti-archaeologist and bury it. So I went off to find it. Not even 30 seconds later, I got sidetracked by this dead body. The Angaran had been murdered, so I decided to locate the killer and thank them for their service. I talked to Reyes about the murders, and immediately disagreed with everything he said. Once I finished making Reyes contemplate his existence, I went to one of the murder sites. We were able to figure out who the murderer was based off the fact that the killer had been Angaran. Reyes went to where the killer was hiding, however that would have to wait because I had other errands to run. I found the iPad I was looking for. It was dead since the trader had forgot to charge it. Brak got pretty upset and just... I found this cave, so I went in looking for diamonds. However, what I found was far worse. Solarians. I talked to their leader, who had a problem I could easily solve. So I didn't. I then went to the murderer's hideout, where Reyes was missing. I found the murderer, and while I'm talking to her, Reyes decides to pull a practical joke and detonate some C4 while I was in the middle of a conversation. I was pretty mad, so I killed everyone in that room in order to vent my frustrations. I then found another cave. I was a bit worried, since the last one had some pretty scary things. However, this one just had pirates and massive scalar robots, so it was okay. We pushed some buttons on some strange keyboards and entered the Remnant vault. One elevator ride later, I found some force fields that got their techniques from the Kett and allowed me to walk right through them. After pressing Alt F4 on some more keyboards, we found a room with some Remnant who thought they were cool. It turns out they were. Once those Remnant were done bullying us, we made our way into this room and got revenge for those Remnant making it look like we suck at our job and not everyone else. I pushed a button that released some vape smoke that kills everything it touches. So I ran like I never ran before. I thought of everyone who I have killed, and of all the people I've sent to their deaths for no reason. Those thoughts gave me the happiness I needed to keep going and escape. I then went and talked to Reyes. He had a package that had gotten lost in the mail, and he needed me to recover it since he sucked at life. So I pushed this button, looked at a charged iPad, and I made my way to a shady warehouse in the middle of nowhere. Once inside, I started talking to Reyes, and this girl came in and said Reyes had no friends. So I agreed with her and shot her in the face 6 times. We cleared out the rest of our guards, and Reyes said he wanted to be alone with the bodies. So I got out of there as quickly as I could. Once I was back on my ship, my crew started telling me about their problems, and I was forced to act like I cared. Cora said we had bigger issues, however I was in no rush to save the galaxy. I then talked to the ship's engineer. He plugged the iPad in, and once it was charged, he gave me the location of the ship we were looking for. That's going to be the end of this video. I know the video ended at a weird point. I had planned to continue Cora's questline, however the game glitched and it wouldn't let me. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like to show your support. And if you like my content, you should subscribe. That's going to be the end of this video. God bless, and hope to see you in the next one.